Orbita definitely exceeded any expectations that I did have, and I'm really glad that I came here, and I wouldn't have wanted to study anywhere else. I remember, I think my very first day here, I was taught like really important questions. So right from the beginning, I knew that I was learning things that I was going to use right away, and I think that's definitely a big difference in how I've learned other languages. I studied French in high school for about 4 or 5 years, and I learned more in 6 weeks at Orbita than I learned in 5 years in high school. So, and that, I think that has to do also with living with a host family and living in a Spanish-speaking place. That definitely helps. The activities are a really good way to kind of expand the experience beyond just learning a language, and I felt like after doing a couple activities and meeting the other students and especially the other teachers, it makes it an even more kind of like community-based experience. Orbita, seems to me, has done a really good job of connecting students with families that are interested in having them there and are interested in teaching them. And yeah, I'm really grateful for the family that I had. Really speak any English at all, which I think is a good thing. So it was hard, the first week it was kind of a struggle, like a lot of hand motions. But yeah, it's great to leave class and then go somewhere where you have to utilize what you learned. So I think it's a really good combination, the classes and the homestay. And it's also a really good way to supplement the academic part of the school, and so you feel like in addition to learning a new language, you're learning about culture and food. I've lived with my host family for 6 weeks, and I feel very much welcomed and part of the family, and they were extremely generous and thoughtful. I thought that having a new book about every week, I felt like all the exercises were helpful, but also just having that kind of structure is very encouraging, because every time you finish a book, it's like a landmark, you're like, yes, I've learned that now, and we're moving on to the next thing. So it's definitely a confidence booster. Yeah, I think it's a good system. And it's nice because it's interspersed with games and activities, and you're not just writing the whole time. You're doing mostly talking, which I think is the most important. I think when I was learning a language in school, that's what was most lacking, was you learn the grammar, but you're not using it. And I think here, having to talk all the time and with my family and teacher, and that's really helpful. So yeah, I think it was a really good system. The way that I heard about Orbita was by meeting someone in California, so not even close to here. And it was a random meeting, but I think just talking to people, and I don't know, it's a very fulfilling and wonderful thing. And I hope that more people will start to do it. Yeah. I spent 5 weeks in Guatemala last year, and now I've been here for almost 8 weeks, and in all that time I have never felt unsafe, ever. It's an incredibly beautiful country, and I'm so glad that I have discovered it, and I don't really ever want to leave.
Head to orbitaspanischschool.com today to book your connection to the Spanish-speaking world.